Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. This is January's budget. I'm closing out all the budgets for January. I'm going to close out my, do my weekly check-in, take my numbers, put it in Paycheck 3, and find out the balance of what's left in my checking account, and I'm going to zero out my checking account. I'm only zeroing out on paper. I'm not actually zeroing out my account. I will wait till tomorrow when my husband's first of the month checks deposit, and once those deposit, then I will transfer the funds of January into our savings account where our emergency fund is. So that way the bank account's never zero, but I do take the money from one month and I close it out and transfer it out at the end of the month. And we did pretty good this time. I was a little nervous that we weren't going to get as much as I thought, but we made a lot more than I realized, and that was because we had a low spend month. As you can see, there's more white space than stickers this month. If you've seen December's budget, like every box was like completely full and there's never any no spend days. You typically close out my budget on Thursdays, and then payday is on Fridays for my husband's regular job, but he also gets paychecks, military retirement, VA disability on the first of every month. So the last day of the month, I always close out the budget regardless of what day it falls on. So that's why today is a no spend day here and not on Thursday, but and we're doing our weekly check-in here, and we have plenty to check in on. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in. I will be closing out my weekly check-in and my Paycheck 3 in the entire month. And like I said, you know, we get to see how much I get to deposit in the savings account, in the emergency fund. I'm trying to get to $1,400 to take my emergency fund from over 7 months worth of salary savings into completing 8 months of salary savings. So we will be looking into that. So let's get started. Okay, so I have us completely zoomed in as far as I can get, and I have written down exactly what was spent over here on my little notepad, note sheet over here, and I'm calling this week 5 of my weekly check-in, and we are going to check off all these different purchases so that we make sure we have everything written down and we get the right total we're looking for. So the first thing I have, and the first category I always look at, is grocery household here in pink, and I did $98.60, so that is the same there. And then on this side we have $16.35, so those two purchases there. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to the restaurants. We will do the totals after I'm done, so I'm not moving back and forth in the calculator and stuff. So we had 3 restaurants, and this all happened on one day here. Friday, my husband had a doctor's appointment. We live in Kentucky. If you know where Lexington, Kentucky is, we're about 45 minutes away, somewhere around Lexington. And so he had a VA appointment in Lexington, and we had to get something to eat there. And then after we ate there, which we got Taco Bell for lunch, and then after the appointment, and then that evening we still hadn't eaten, but we had stopped at his Aunt Kathy's house, who is in Lexington, and visited with her for like a few hours and her husband, and then we came home. And it was 7 o'clock by the time we got home, and we still hadn't eaten dinner, so we stopped at another restaurant for dinner. And then while we were out running around and doctor's appointments and meeting with family, we DoorDashed some pizza for our sons so they can have something to eat for dinner, which they typically get on a Friday anyway. So we have $20.86 at A&W. That was our evening meal. $32.83 was the DoorDash pizza, and then the Taco Bell $19.69 was our lunch. And that's all we had for restaurants because it was all we did that weekend. I think we would have spent more this weekend if my husband wasn't prepping for another medical appointment for a colonoscopy, and he couldn't eat the entire weekend and had to take care of that. So we saved some money that way. He didn't like doing it that way, but yeah, that's what happened. So there's that. Now we're going to miscellaneous, and we'll stay right here. We have $45 for me and $25 for my husband. So we go to a chiropractor regularly. The one we were going to the Joint Chiropractic, which is a walk-in kind of chiropractic, and they do adjustments for better health. This is a doctor chiropractic where he can do x-rays. There's other equipment and different services there, and that's what we were looking for. It costs more than the other, but the cost is definitely worth it for better health. And so my husband's a veteran. He has a veteran special, so $25 for any veteran, and sometimes the VA may cover this. So until that gets situated, which we're trying to get the VA chiropractic appointments taken care of, the Dr. Odell just charges $25. So that's what my husband's paying right now. And if I don't have that charge, then it's because the VA is going to cover it, hopefully. And mine's $45 as an everyday person. So there you go. Let's see. And then I have two more here. So while waiting for my husband at the hospital, I got on Amazon, bored, and started shopping. $27.04 and $34.33. I'll show you a couple things that I bought. Let me pull up my Amazon app. I was sitting there wanting some headphones or some kind of earbuds, but I don't like the Apple ones. They just hurt my ears. I don't like how they feel. So I got these that actually loop around your ears. I thought this would be more comfortable, and it's Bluetooth, which should work, and I thought it was really nice. And no, I don't want to share it. So that's what the product looks like. So that's what I got there. And then the other product I got, and I think that was the $34.33 because it was rose gold. And the other thing I got, hopefully to improve the lighting, and because I have like 3 lamps on my desk, is I got this right here, these lights that clamp on the desk and not sit on the desk, and I can adjust them, and hopefully they will work better than what I have set up right now. So something for my YouTube, and just $25, so I don't mind that. And so I'm excited for those two things. I've been looking at both of those for a little while. Let's see, Amazon and Amazon. So those are my purchases. No gas, no copay, and no unbudgeted. Praise the Lord. So let's go ahead and kind of total these, not kind of, but total these up. I'm going to move my notebook out of the way because I don't really need it while I'm using my calculator. And I'll have it ready for the weekly check-in. So there we go. Grocery household, $98.60 plus the $16.35 gives $114.95. So how was your budget in January? I am so rude. I haven't even checked in with you guys, see what you're thinking or feeling this month. How is your budget? Were you able to stay in with what you wanted to, or was it still a very spendy month for you? Or did you do a no spend this month? I would love to chat with you guys in the comments below. What worked for you and what didn't work for you this month? So let me know. $20.86, $32.83, and then $19.69. That is $73.38. Here in the miscellaneous, 45 plus 25 plus 27.04 and 34.33, and that gives us 131.37, and then zeros for the rest. So now I can take these numbers here and put them on my weekly check-in. I'm going to miss these little snowman at the top. They're so cute. But I'm looking forward to February and the next video. I'll also get up this week, hopefully by February 1st, is the monthly budget for February. So check out that video. It'll probably be going up tomorrow or these are going to be going up back to back pretty quick because today is January 31st. Oh, it's always hard to transition from month to month sometimes. All right, so let's get these numbers down here. All right, so now we need our new balances. Obviously, I over budgeted for the month, which was really good, which gave us a lot of cash flow coming back. I still am over budget in one category. We were sick this month, and then we were at doctor's appointments, so we were eating out more, but we bought less in groceries, so that kind of compensated for it, and we're doing well there. So 504.78 minus 114.95, and that gives us $389.83. Now, restaurants is where we are over. So I had $41.77 left over in the budget. I did have the cash to cover it, so it's not that big a deal. It came out of one of these categories, I'm sure. 7 minus 73.38, which gives us a negative, where I overspent, 31.61. So that's okay though. Like I said, we were sick this month and we just needed ways to feed everybody without, and because I couldn't cook and stuff like that, or we were out more. 220.10 minus 131.37, and that gives us 88.73. So gasoline is still at 111.59, which tells me we're not over budget or over doing this, but I can definitely reduce these categories going into next month because it looks like we're definitely getting things under control as far as our spending, and we can make sure we have plenty of food available. So that is the weekly check-in. These are the balances that are left over. Let's take these numbers. Oh, I got those numbers right there. And apply these to Paycheck 3. Now I am hiding, even though if you saw the title, I probably put it in the title there, how much we saved for the month. Or maybe I will just put, question mark. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But let's put down what the actuals were. So 114.95, same numbers as before. Because Paycheck 3 was like the last week and it's only 1 week. It's not a combination of 2 weeks. So that makes it easy when I get to the end of the month. And I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then gasoline was 0, and I have way too much for copay, so I can cut that back next month. Thankful for no one budgeting. So now we're going to discover how much money I have available sitting in my checking account now that all the spending's done for the month of January, and what I can deposit the 1st of February once the other checks deposit. That way, all of January's money went to either a bill, an expense, or spending, or savings. It didn't stay in the checking account. We're not keeping it, we're not balancing anything forward month to month. We're just balancing forward paycheck to paycheck within that 1 month. And I want to see how much we can save doing that. It's kind of like the zero out challenge, but I'm zeroing out my bank account for the month, not using the last couple numbers or whatever, which is a great strategy, especially if you are more in the low income and you can't throw a lot of money into savings just yet. We are a family of 4 adults, and we're a family that has really good income, almost dual income, which, because of my husband's retirement and disability, even though I don't bring in income to the family, he has like dual income coming in, a salary check as well as that. And so, and then one of our sons pays rent. So we have a lot happening in our budgeting. Not everybody has that privilege, and we didn't always have that privilege. We used to make $4,000 a month take home, some months $3,000. So we do understand that. It's just been a while because of the transition that we've gone through. So, and the sacrifice we had to do to get here. It's not easy doing 20 years Navy and deployments and all that stuff. So, yeah. let's go ahead and finish this up. Paycheck 3. Get everything on camera here. So I have a number down here. Put this right here. For this as far as expenses. Here you can see I didn't add any other income for the Paycheck 3. Wasn't expecting any other income for Paycheck 3. So now we can take this number and subtract this and then find out. And then we can take this number plus these numbers and then give you a total of what the actual spend was, and then do the actual income minus what we actually spend. There we go. I'm stumbling over my words there. I do apologize. So down here it says $1,017.21, and then I'm going to add these numbers in. 338 plus 131.37, and that's it. Now I'm leaving this blank because whatever the total left over is, the balance of the income minus expenses, that's what I'm putting into savings, and I'm going to zero this out. That is the goal. Okay, so I'm going to kind of backwards engineer that so I know how much to put. So I have $1,300 and $1,366.91, and I'm going to subtract that from the $23,790, and it's going to give me a negative, but I'm going to make it positive. And I did something wrong here. Hold on. Okay, I don't know if this is a different number than what I got before, but I might have miskeyed before. So let's see what the difference is between this and this. This is the number I was looking for. Okay, so I must have hit the wrong number the first time, and now I have the correct number. So we are going to put into savings $1,042.89, and this was like a very low spend month. I didn't think we would get this. I thought that we would get maybe $500, but not $1,000. I'm just shocked. So that's exactly the number I have down here. This is what is actually sitting in my bank account, in my checking account right now before midnight hits, and then the new money gets deposited. So that is Paycheck 3. It is closed out. I did do a monthly budget. Let me kind of zoom out here. I did a monthly budget as well. In that monthly budget, I forgot to check off some stuff here. Let's see. I did that sinking funds, and then tithe, and that salary check came in, though the amount's a little bit different. Oops, where'd that come from? I don't know if this happened to you guys, but my husband's taxes changed how much they're taking out each paycheck. So he actually seemed to have had more money come in than what he was the previous month. And it was a little weird, and we weren't sure what's going on with the tax thing, so we're just going to kind of leave it as is. But everything that needed to come out came out as far as bills, and I am thrilled with that. Sinking funds I have closed out. We have $1,876.68 left in there, and we had I repaid our account for the Apple subscription that came out in December. I just forgot to do it in December, so I did it in January. It still got paid. It came out of our checking account, not a problem. Norton was paid, my husband's subscription for his laptop. And then our trash came out, and it looks like I overestimated how much we needed for trash, and so I don't have to pay into that sinking fund for 3 months, and that works. I did do my scripture and have some deco and stuff and different things that I prayed about, and my channel and my son's futures and stuff. And then here I was listing copays. So apparently I had a lot more copays than everybody else. One prescription for each of my sons. My husband hadn't had anything yet. Half of his medication actually comes from the VA, and that gets mailed to us, and there's no charge for that. The other half, you know, we can go out and get from his regular doctor. And then I totaled mine here and added these two here. And so we spent $149.06. So $150 is a good budget going forward, which is why I wanted to know what everybody needed. And I'm going to track this again for February like this. And if you're curious about the scripture I used, Romans 3:25, I wrote the amplified version. That's why it's really long, but that is what I wrote about. And yeah, so that is it. My monthly budget here, as you can see, moved to savings, or going to be moving to savings on February 1st for January's month, $1,042.89. Every penny of that is going to go into the money market account where we keep our emergency fund. It's easy to access if we need it, but at the same time, it does build a little more money than what a general what do you call it? Savings account. So I was trying to see if I had anything in here for my emergency fund, but well, no, I do have a tracker. There we go. Here's my tracker. So this is just an annual budget notebook that I came up with. And I used some sticky stuff to kind of make this. This is not a sticky note, it's just a notepad. So it kind of transferred onto the paper and made it messy. I think I will kind of wipe this off. There we go, and not do that again. There we go. So what I need to make this an emergency fund fully funded for 8 months, I'm right here. I'm $24.16 away to filling this all the way up, and I'll be coloring this later. I can't find my color pencils, and I really wanted to use color pencils, but this says what I need each month. So 7 months is $38,276. 8 months is $34,744, and I'm very close to that. I am $1,399.16 away total, and so let's figure that up with what I'm moving to savings right now, how far that's going to get me. So $13.99.16 minus, oh, I should have done it the other way around. No, that's right. $13.99.16 minus the $1,042.89. There we go. That leaves less than, so this jar is going to be completely full, and I may not fill it in. I may just make that a 9, erase that mark, and then start over and do 9 months starting with $5,000, because this is what a 1 month salary is for us with my husband's current job. So that brings it to, yeah, $356.27. So that'll be easy to do next month. In February, this will be fully funded for 8 months, and then after that, we'll do this again for 9 months. So I'm really, really excited for March. I don't know if I'm going to do 9 months right away, start this other 5,000, or if we're going to give it a few months, because spring's coming and activities and things that we're wanting to do. I really want to leave room for that stuff, so we may pause the emergency fund at 8 months and then get back into saving it later, and I'll just leave this sitting in here. So that is really, really cool that I have to wipe that out. I'm up to here in our emergency fund, and this is almost completely full, so that is awesome. I'm going to write $356.27, and that is inspiring. So yeah, once I start doing the 9 month one, yeah, I'll make that decision later. But for 8 months and getting it back, because I was repaying, we had over 8 months of savings before, but I used it to buy stuff for Christmas and stuff, and we spent $4,000 or $5,000 out of it, and yeah. Yeah, my husband wasn't comfortable with that. I mean, he was over Christmas, but now he's like, I really want to get that done. And I'm like, no problem, we'll get it done. So our monthly budget is doing really good for the month of January. I hope yours is doing well as well. And if you have any questions or comments, put those down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.